Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. Today I wanted to show you how forgiving the fire roll technique is. I wanted to show you a couple of different pressures that you can use to get ignition. Usually the amount of downward pressure that I use, I consider it moderate, and I know you don't know what that means, but it usually takes me about 18 to 20 passes. One pass is a forward and a return to go ahead and ignite the fire roll. And I wanted to show you that if you're much stronger, if you bear down twice as hard as that, you can go ahead and get ignition in 10 passes. I've already tried, before I started to make the video, I've already tried to let up on the pressure to where maybe I could get it in 40 passes, but it was too little pressure. So in the interest of time, just let me show you those two pressures, the moderate pressure and then the real heavy pressure. The next thing I wanted to show you is the amount of ashes that you put inside of the fire roll is not critical either. It can take a very tiny amount of wood ashes, or the amount that I use, or twice the amount that I use, and it'll still ignite. You pick at the edge of a cotton ball and make it unroll. Then you want to put about a teaspoon of ashes on there. Then you want to wipe your brow. We'll tighten that up with our hand first. Then a few forward passes with the hand. And then one pass with the board to further tighten it up. And then it's going to take about 18 or 20 passes for my normal downward pressure. All right, now let me see if I can get it in 10 passes with me bearing down as hard as I possibly can. About a teaspoon of ashes, maybe even a little less. Boy, I don't want the wind to bring that to flames. That's usually what happens when I stage all the embers in one tinder bundle, especially pine needles like that. Let's turn it upside down. Maybe it'll keep the wind from sending it to flames. All right. Let's bear down as hard as I can and see if we can get it in half the amount of passes. One pass is a forward and a return. Tighten it up with your hand. We'll tighten it up with the board. Let's go for 10 passes. So, as far as the amount of pressure that you're physically able to apply to it, it is flexible. Just as long as you're within that window. You don't have to actually be in the sweet spot, you just have to be in the spot. That wind is going to send that to flames, and I don't want it to, so let's see if I can stick it in the stove temporarily. In this stove right here, maybe that'll keep the wind from getting to it. Now let me show you the varying amounts of ashes that will work with it. Nobody would put a tablespoon of ashes in a fire roll. You even have a problem with the roll even being able to compact when you put that many ashes in there. But it'll work. I get the smoke to blow the right way so you can see it. All right. Now let's use less than a teaspoon. Those pine needles are gonna go to flame. Before we get done, you watch. All right. All right. Now for our teaspoon, let's just get some on the back of the spoon here. There. Let's try that. Well, I might as well, if that tinder bundle's bound and determined to go to flames, I might as well put it out here to where you can watch it happen. All right. Can't see a thing on this side because of the glare. Such a small amount of ashes, it'll work just fine. I dumped about a third of them out, but still that's going to be enough. That is going to be enough. So I just wanted to show you that the fire roll is very forgiving. We all bring different speeds and strengths and determination and all kinds of factors that can play into you implementing the fire roll technique, but it's very forgiving. Check out my fire roll playlist. It has 3 how-to videos in there and lots of other videos to show you how to use the technique. Aerating it like this is always constant airflow, and it's always better than blowing on it. Alright, y'all. Appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.